motivational analysis using career anchors, right? So we'll understand the motivational analysis and its key factors. Okay. And all these motivation, right? Those factors which we just saw in that test, right? Actually, there are different theories behind motivation. And what exactly is this definition of motivation? So motivation can be understood as cognitive decision making in which the intention is to make the behavior that is aimed at achieving a certain goal through initiation and monitoring. To understand this, motivational analysis, see, every individual will be motivated by certain factor, right? That person, right? Every individual will be different in that way. Now, by these motivational analysis, right? So what it is a technique that quantifiably determines the motivating factors driving behavior, right? So why any person is behaving in such manner, right? So what is the motivation behind that? So key interaction pattern of an audience. For example, the motivation analysis of an audience might reveal that customers are unconventional, analytical, coupon prone, poor, power hungry, right? So that power, if you have that power, right, you want to be powerful, right? So that is something which will motivate. So that can also be one thing, right? So motivation analysis is primarily a tool used to identify major factors of behavior in order to analyze employee satisfaction or the demoralizing factors in workplace, right? So how the employees will be satisfied and what will demoralize them, right? So we can easily understand. So it's a way to predict that what type of content and campaigns will resonate personal growth, enrichment, and recognition among employees. So in the same organization, in the same team, we can have different kinds of individual. Someone will be motivated, by the external motivators, whereas, right, so being of like in HR department, right? If we know that how to motivate the team, the company, the organization, like the employees, to get the best out of them, that is something which will be really beneficial for the employee, for the organization as well, right? And this is also important for the team leads, like someone who is leading a team. They can tackle and they can interact with that individual, right, accordingly. And we can have, see, in the reward and recognition system also, we can have added things, right? Something like one internal motivator plus external motivator. If we use this principle in this reward and recognition, so some additional job responsibility plus bonus, like that. External motivator is also there, internal is also there. So we can have something where we are adding both the different kinds of motivators. So if the person will be motivated by that external, that bonus thing, so he'll be motivated, right? Other person will be motivated by the additional job responsibility, right? So same tool, same award, same recognition given to two different set of individual will motivate them. Keep that in mind while we are preparing any reward and recognition and all those things. So internal theories suggest that variables within the individual give rise to motivation and behavior. So there are many internal factors, right, which will be deciding factor, like what is the motivation factor. So process emphasizes the nature of the interaction between the individual and the environment. So external theory focuses on environment elements to explain behavior. So see, these are the earlier philosophers, okay? And according to them, there will be again different motivation theories. So as for Max Weber, work contribute to salvation, right? Protestant work ethic. So all that was in his theory. This again, Sigmund Freud theory is very popular. Maslow's theory, right? So delve into unconscious mind to better understand a person's motive, why anyone do anything, and the needs, right? So motivation and the needs, right? So there will be this need of an individual. So if that's fulfilled, right? Need of recognition, the need of, right? So everything, yeah, that's the motive and needs. Then Adam Smith. So Adam Smith focuses on enlightenment, then self-interest, that which is in the best interest and benefit to the individual and to other people. Then Frederick Taylor, founder of scientific management, emphasized cooperation between management and labor to enlarge company profit. Okay, now these are the early philosophers, and we'll be doing few. Okay, so the very popular is Maslow's, right, hierarchy of needs. So see, once the basic level is met, right, then the individual will move on to the next level, right? So in the basic, the physiological needs, right, which is the need for the very basic thing, right? The money needs, food, the home, and all that will be physiological need of an individual. So once that's met, then the person will move on to the next level, which is the safety and security need, right? Where the individual will talk about the job security and all of that. Then comes the social needs, right? And here the individual will feel to be connected, right? To be in a group, to be recognized and all that. Then the self-esteem needs, right? Where the person will feel that that recognition should be there. I should be recognized. And in self-actualization, right? It is top of the hierarchy, where the reason of the existence and all those, right? So we will see the video, right? Also. So there is this theory why, a set of assumption of how to manage individual motivated by higher order needs. So see, every individual, again, in an organization will be, there are as 5 levels, right? So any individual, like in an organization, different individuals will be motivated, or they'll be in the different step of this needs hierarchy, right? Someone will be motivated by just the physiological, like if we talk about the workers, okay, the laborers. So what they'll not look for any recognition or so. Right. They just want to work and earn, right? So they are at this level, physiological need, right? They are fulfilling, they are trying to fulfill that. So in any organization, we also need to understand that which level the individual is. And definitely, as the designation or as the position of any of any individual, right, is there in any organization, the level of the need will also grow, right? So if someone is at a very senior level, definitely he'll not look forward for the physiological needs. That is already met, the social needs, right? So he'll look forward to the next level of, right, the need in the hierarchy, right? So there is this theory Y, which is the individual who are motivated by the higher order needs, and then X is the lower order needs, right? That's how it's divided into 2, theory X and theory Y, right? This is Maslow's hierarchy of need, very popular, like whenever we talk of motivation and the new theory. So this is the most popular theory. Okay. Now there is this McGregor's assumption as well about people based on theory Y. So theory Y is when the higher, so they are naturally indolent, lack ambition, dislike responsibility, prefer to lead, inherently self-centered and indifferent to organizational need, naturally resistant to change, gullible, not bright, reduced, right? So as per the Gregor's, right, assumption. Experiences in organizations result in passive and resistant behavior. They are not inherent. Motivation, development potential, capacity for assuming responsibility, readiness to direct behavior toward organizational goals are present in people. Management's task, arrange condition and operation methods so people can achieve their own goals by directing efforts to organization goals. Right, so that was McClelland. Okay, this McClelland needs theory, it says that there will be 3 levels: need for achievement, right? Manifest, easily perceived, need that concerns individuals, issues of excellence, competition, challenging goals, persistence, and overcoming difficulties. Then comes the need for power, right? So this is what I was saying, right? So manifest, easily perceived, need that concerns and individuals need to make an impact on other, influence other, change people or events, and make a difference in life. Then the need for affiliation, manifest that need that concerns and individuals need to establish and maintain warm, close, intimate relationship with other people, right? Then there is this theory as well, right? So we'll do this and then we'll see in all the videos, okay, one by one. Right, so as per Herzberg's motivation theory, which is also known as two-factor or hygiene theory, right? It's a renowned employee motivation theory based on a study conducted among accountants and engineers to determine what makes an individual motivated or demotivated, right, at the workplace. The theory concludes that if persons are not happy at work, then it affects their work environment. Yeah, so unhappy employees and the work environment will also be dissatisfactory. And when they are happy at work, it's because they feel fulfilled or motivated, right? So there is a like cycle, or there is a link between whether the employee is happy, right, or not happy. So if they are happy, they'll be motivated, they'll be right more productive. So all that link is there. And as for the hygiene factor, the work condition related to dissatisfaction that's caused by discomfort or pain, right? So there are certain maintenance factors, few factors which contributes to employees' dissatisfaction, right? And also absence of the complaints. We'll see all these. And now few motivators, right? So these are job content factor related to satisfaction of the need for psychological growth, like achievement, right? So obviously this achievement will be one motivator. Recognition is also like, then responsibility, some additional responsibility, higher responsibility, advancement in the career, and the work, right? So work, so all these, see, the one which we just did, right? So all these are included in it, in that one. When the motivation is high, or let's do the video first, that will be better. Right, so this one is Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Wondered why someone would leave a perfectly high-paying job to switch to something that pays significantly lower? Do you ever think about why some folks give huge amounts to charity while leaving only a smaller portion of their income for themselves? Or do you wonder why all of a sudden a close friend starts becoming all religious? Or do you question why your colleague with a degree in engineering starts waiting in restaurants? In this video, we'll cover the answers to these questions and many more by studying the theory of motivation behind human behavior. Abraham Maslow puts forward his theory that people are motivated by 5 categories of needs: physiological, safety, love, self-esteem, and self-actualization. The appearance of one need usually rests on the prior satisfaction of another, more prepotent need. Maslow explains that more concrete needs, such as food and water, need to be satisfied first, after which other higher needs, such as self-esteem and self-actualization, are addressed. Let us consider the life of Tom, a 30-year-old individual, and see how Maslow's theory explains how he lives through his life. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is often displayed as a pyramid, with the lower levels being made up of the most basic needs, while the most complex needs, self-esteem and self-actualization, are at the top of the pyramid. For Tom, his most basic needs, or physiological needs, deal with the maintenance and functioning of his body. The lowest category includes the most basic needs that are vital to survival, such as the need for water, air, food, shelter, and sleep. Maslow believed that these needs are the most instinctive needs because all other needs become secondary until these needs are met. If Tom needs water, then little else will matter until he has something to drink. If his physiological need is not met, he will struggle to function in the society properly. It is only when these needs are met that Tom will progress upwards on the pyramid to fulfill other, higher, or complex needs. The physiological need will dictate the behavior of Tom to a very large extent. For instance, he just completed his master's degree in engineering, but due to the financial crisis, he is unable to get a job. Does this mean Tom should sit at home until the next opportunity comes knocking at his door? No. To survive, Tom will seek out alternative employment. So he gets a job as a head waiter in his local diner, which helps him make money so that he can afford his basic needs, such as food, water, and shelter. His friends from university, on the other hand, do not understand his predicament, as they are from affluent families and can afford to stay unemployed until the economy gets better, and they land the jobs they want, since their parents can always put food and water on the table. Life becomes stressful and tiresome without fulfilling the needs at the base of the pyramid. When we do not possess physiological needs, it's difficult to move up the Maslow's hierarchy. Now that Tom has achieved the fulfillment of his most basic needs of survival, he moves to achieving the next level of needs on the pyramid. This includes the need for safety and security. Our safety needs are apparent even early on during the childhood years of our lives as children. We have a need for safe and predictable environments and typically react with fear or high levels of anxiety when this need is not met. Since Tom is now earning an income and can meet his basic needs, he has income left over to address his safety and security needs as well. Tom currently lives in a neighborhood that has a lot of burglaries, gang wars, and drug abuse. He decides to relocate to a safer and cleaner place. He also decides to start saving up some money for his retirement by opening a savings account. Tom also enrolls in a life insurance plan that will help him cover major hospitalization charges in case of a major operation, if he needs one in the future. In addition to this, Tom also receives a promotion on his job and becomes a manager at the local diner, which makes his job more secure. All these events lead him to have a greater sense of security and safety, due to which he can progress higher on the Maslow's pyramid of needs. Okay, so if you're enjoying the video so far, I would like you to do something for me. Pause this video right now, and do me a huge favor by hitting the like button. Did you do it? If you did, you're awesome, and thank you so much for your support. So, according to Maslow, humans also need to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance among social groups, regardless of whether they're large or small groups. This is the third level on the Maslow's pyramid of needs. A human will crave for love, affection, as well as relationships with family and friends and companionship. Since Tom has already met his physiological needs and his safety needs, it's time to address his loneliness. He's felt the need for companionship and for starting a family, so he decides to fall in love and marries the girl of his dreams. They start a beautiful family with 2 sons and a daughter. All the depression, loneliness, and anxiety that Tom was previously facing has now been replaced with happiness, companionship, love, and a fulfilling relationship. Tom also starts to feel the urge of creating meaningful relationships and friendships apart from his immediate family. Therefore, he decides to join the local book club and the cycling group on the weekends. He also starts to regularly attend his son's football practices and daughter's music practices, where he gets to meet other people with similar interests and hobbies. On every alternate Sunday, he decides to host a barbecue party at his place, in which he invites all his new friends, and they all have a good time with their families together. Maslow explains that once a person achieves his social needs, safety needs, and physiological needs, he starts to desire self-esteem needs. Esteem includes 2 components. The first involves feeling confident and good about yourself, and the second involves feeling valued by others. When esteem needs are not met, you will experience feelings of inferiority. Tom's managerial job at the local diner turns into an opportunity of a lifetime when he gets an offer for the country general manager position of a multinational food chain called McDonald's. This is a huge achievement for Tom, as he now has a great job title, and his respect amongst his peers has significantly increased. Tom has reached his goals and now feels at the top of the world. Sure enough, after a few years pass by, since Tom has reached the epitome of his career, he starts to feel hollow on the inside. He begins to question if life is only about making money, buying a luxurious home, and an expensive car. He also starts to question his career path of working at a restaurant. He was not passionate about this career and had pursued it only to meet his physiological or survival needs. His true passion in life is to invent things, for which he had done his master's degree in engineering all those years ago in the first place. Tom decides that he has enough savings and a good investment portfolio to generate him steady monthly income going forward. Therefore, he quits his job and starts a technology startup. Although there's little or no money in it currently, he enjoys his work immensely and cannot think of anything else he would rather do in life. Maslow describes this as the fifth stage of the hierarchy of needs, called self-actualization. This is the highest level and refers to the fulfillment of a person's potential. It may vary from person to person. For someone, self-actualization could be attained by becoming a painter, while another person could achieve it by becoming a loving parent. Maslow later added another level called transcendence in the pyramid of needs. This is when a person is motivated by values which transcend beyond the self, e.g., nature, pursuit of religion, charity, etc. Few people reach this stage in their lives. These include people like Mother Teresa, Abdul Sattar Eddy, Albert Einstein, Abraham Lincoln, Nelson Mandela, etc., who have made immense contributions to society at large. Understanding Maslow's theory of needs helps a person understand the motivations and psychology behind human behavior. You begin to understand why people do the things they do. A clever person can use this theory to predict how changes in stimulus can affect the behavior of another person. An employer can study how to effectively motivate his employees, while a teacher can study how to create the most conducive learning environment for her students. The simplicity and wider applicability of Maslow's theory is one of the reasons why it is regarded as one of the most influential works in modern-day human psychology. Well, I hope you learned something interesting today.
This is McClellan. Okay.
McClellan's theory. Let's take a look. Enjoy. McClellan's theory proposed that an individual's needs are acquired over time and are shaped by one's life experiences. Is one of the theories focusing on human motivation. McClellan says that, regardless of our gender, culture, or age, we all have three motivating drivers, and one of these will be our dominant motivating driver. There are three dominant motivators in McClellan's theory. First, achievement. Second, affiliation. Third, power. Let's explore what does it mean by achievement. People has a strong need to set and accomplish challenging goals. They takes calculated risks to accomplish their goals. They also likes to receive regular feedback on their progress and achievements, as well as likes to work alone. Let's take a look on the application of the theory in working environment. Under achievement, people who are strongly achievement motivated are driven by the desire for mastery. They prefer working on tasks of moderate difficulty in which outcomes are the result of their effort rather than of luck. They value receiving feedback on their work. They are not risk takers, preferring to work on a project with a 50-50 chance of success that requires their skills. Employees who know their managers trust them are more likely to meet or exceed performance goals, have higher levels of job satisfaction and encourage achievement in their co-workers. giving employees the autonomy to decide how they will do their work in the context of the overall work process.
The second dominant motivator is affiliation. This need emphasizes on the act of connecting with a person or an organization. Now let us look at the characteristics found under affiliation need. The first one is this person wants to feel belong to a group. The second one is they need harmonious relationship with other people and need to feel accepted by them. Third, they dislike uncertainty. Next, they favor collaboration over competition or prefer work that provides significant personal interaction. Lastly, they want to be liked by their friends. People who are strongly affiliation motivated are driven by the desire to create and maintain social relationships. They enjoy belonging to a group and want to feel loved and accepted. They may not make effective managers because they may worry too much about how others feel about them. The individuals who are motivated by affiliation needs want to feel loved and accepted. Thus, they have an urge for a friendly and supportive environment. Such individuals can be effective performers in a team because they want to be liked by them. However, the manager's ability to make decisions is hampered if they have a high affiliation need, as they prefer to be accepted and liked by others, thus weakens their objectivity. Also, individuals having high affiliation needs prefer working in an environment providing greater personal interaction. Such people have a need to be on the good books of all. Thus, they worry about how others will feel about them. They generally cannot be good leaders. The third dominant motivator is power. This is the need in the individual to control and influence others. People with the need for power likes to win arguments. They also enjoy competition and winning. Next, they enjoy status and recognition. Those with a strong power motivator are often divided into two groups. People with a personal power drive want to control others, while people with an institutional power drive like to organize the efforts of a team to further the company's goal. People who are strongly power motivated are driven by the desire to influence, teach, or encourage others. They enjoy work and place a high value on discipline. However, they may take a zero-sum approach to group work. For one person to win or succeed, another must lose or fail. If channeled appropriately, though, this can positively support group goals and help others in the group feel competent about their work. Those with a high need for power seek agreement and compliance. Approval and recognition are not of their concern. Managers of power seekers should provide them with an opportunity to manage others. However, they must pay special attention to the type of power seeker. Power seekers who are after personal power have a strong desire to control others. For example, an employee who has a high need for personal power will often manipulate his colleagues to do his work for him. He then later takes credit for it. McClellan proposes that those in top management positions should have a high need for power and a low need for affiliation. This theory does not claim that people can be categorized into one of these three types. Rather, it claims that people are motivated by all of these three needs in different proportions.
Hi everyone! Today we will present on Herzberg theory, which is also known as two-factor theory. It is proposed by Friedrich Herzberg, a behavioral scientist in 1959. According to Herzberg, there are some job factors that result in satisfaction, which is motivational factors, while there are other job factors that prevent dissatisfaction, which is hygiene factor. Based on Herzberg's view of satisfaction and dissatisfaction, The opposite of satisfaction is no satisfaction, and the opposite for no dissatisfaction is dissatisfaction. This theory resembles Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Everything from physiological, safety, and social needs essentially are hygiene factors, and everything from self-actualization and esteem needs essentially are motivational factors. The first factor would be the hygiene factor. These are the factors that are part of your job that need to be present to ensure at least a reasonable level of satisfaction. If the factors were present, they would not make people experience extreme level of satisfaction. However, if they were not present, they could be a source of extreme dissatisfaction. The examples of hygiene factors include pay, job security, social needs, physical work environment, and compensation. The example for pay would be salary commensurate with experience. Meanwhile, for job security, the example would be when a worker prefers a job with permanent position than the one with contract. For the third one, which relates to social needs, the example is having a good relationship or interaction with the co-workers, physical work environment such as the facility provided in the workplace like pantry or office equipment provided is in excellent condition, and for compensation is like bonus, incentive, and salary increment to compensate their hard work. If these are absent, it could lead to extreme dissatisfaction and demotivation. Based on a study conducted by Fang Yang in 2011, it was found that in order to motivate the employees in China to become more hardworking in performing their work, hygiene factor is implied. An example to the real world would be how Tesco applies hygiene factor as a way to motivate their employees. The organization in Tesco involved their employees in decision making. This makes the employees feel the sense of belonging towards the company. Every year, there will be a forum in which the employees have the chance to discuss on their salary increment. This is the kind of reward that will be given to the employees in recognition to their work. The second factor would be the motivational factors. Motivational factors are factors that directly motivate people to work harder. Motivators are more concerned with the actual job itself. For instance, how interesting the work is and how much opportunity it gives for extra responsibility, recognition, and promotion. Motivational factors need to be controlled and communicated with the employees in order to determine what are the causes of demotivations so that we can fix this problem as well as understand the situation. And then, we can begin to motivate. Motivational factors include achievement, recognition, promotion, growth, responsibility, and work. Firstly, the employees must have a sense of achievement, and this depends on the job. Therefore, there must be an outcome of some sort in the job. Next, the employees should be praised and recognized for their accomplishment by the manager. Then, there must be growth and advancement opportunities in an organization to motivate the employees to perform well. Next, the employees must hold themselves responsible for the work. By means, the managers should give them ownership of the work. However, they should minimize control but retain accountability. Lastly, in terms of the work, it should be meaningful, interesting, and challenging for the employee to perform and to get motivated. To apply this theory to the real-life situation, we can use an example of leading a team. Take a little time with each of the members to check that they are happy and are being fairly and respectfully treated. In other words, a leader can encourage his team members by providing development opportunities, promoting great achievement in work, and celebrating their success. Therefore, motivational factors are the factors that contribute to team members' satisfaction. It has widely been known as job content factors, which aim to provide an individual meaningful work that is able to intrinsically satisfy themselves by their work outcomes, responsibilities delegated, experience learned, and achievements harvested. That's the end of our video.
And I guess now you'll understand this one. Fine. The motivation and the hygiene, right? So as per the combination, if high hygiene factor is there, like this motivation factor is there, in that case, high motivation of the individual will be there and few complaints. But if low H is there, the hygiene factor, then many complaints will be there, right? And if M is low, then the individual will have low motivation, but few complaints. And if it's low M and low H, then that is something like the individual will definitely not perform.